All and welcome to Airway Tech Space. Today we are actually talking about tires, passenger car tires. Now what is there so much to discuss about tires, you may ask? But the actual reality being, these days when you're purchasing a new car, you are mostly given a choice of different types of tires to choose from. Or sometimes if your cars get old and your tires are lifespan is over, you have to actually change the tires. But do you know, a large part of the comfort what you actually get in your car depends upon the tires what you actually choose. You choose the right tire, you get much better comfort. And you can all do this everything. You can understand about tires by spending just 5 minutes so as to understand the tires. That's all what you need. And considering the fact that you are almost going to spend more than 20,000 rupees for the set of tires which you have in your car, it's a time worth spent, I would say. Just 5 minutes and you can actually get much more comfort in that small time. Now, to understand this, there are some basic metrics which we have to actually understand about tires and some little more metrics which we have to understand. The basic metrics are actually standard among all the tires, and the other ones, the other set is not found in all the tires, but you can find in a large number of tires which can actually make you understand the tires a little much better. Let's see both of them. Now the first set of numbers what we have to really understand is basically a matrix which we have here. Some numbers are 14 and then 82T, this format. Now in this format, the first number 175 stands for the width of the tire. The width of the tire is this width. From the sidewall to the sidewall, this width in millimeters. That is what is expressed as the width of the tire as this 175. Now we have one more number 65 here. 65 is actually mentioning about the profile of the tire, which means the height of the tire from the rim wall to the top of the tire. Now this is not having any unit, it's actually expressed as a percentage, which means this is 65% of 175. It doesn't have a unit, it's only just a percentage of it. So if this was actually 100%, it would have been the same width as that of the tire. Now R stands for a radial tire, which means it actually talks about the construction of the tire, which means there are belts which are actually running radial to the tire rotation, which means if the tire is moving in this direction the tire is moving, the belt is actually running across the tires from this way. And here, since it is a steel radial, it's actually steel wires which are actually running over there. And now 14, the 14 stands for the rim size, which means the diameter of the rim, which actually from here to here. Now that's the main set of numbers. There is another small set which is over here, which is 82T here. The first one is actually the load rating. This actually stands for the amount of load this tire can actually take. Here it is 82, which is actually meaning that it can actually take around 475 kilograms of weight per tire. And there is a T, which actually stands for the speed rating, which means this tire can actually, in this particular case, this tire can actually be ridden at the speed of maximum 190 kilometers per hour. Now this will be different for different cars. I'll leave a link in the description as to what is the mapping of this number as well as this number in the description. Now that covers the basic metrics what we have. Now other than the basic metrics, there are a few other metrics which are also can express much more details about your car tire. Now these cannot be found on all the tires, but then it can be actually found in many tires. The reason being, it is actually given as a standard by the US government. So as a part of the uniform tire quality grading, so they have to actually put some more measures to it. In some tires which we can actually see this, which are these actually. If you come closer, you can actually see some ratings like tread wear, traction and temperature. Now let's see what these actually stand for. Now tread wear will have a number along with it. That number actually stands for how fast this tire will actually wear out when you are actually driving. Which means in simple mathematics, if you can actually think about measurements of 100 and 200, then the tire which is marked 200 will technically last twice than the tire which is actually marked 100. But if you think that is one way, so which means like tires of 200, the rating 200 will be actually lasting much higher. But on the other side, if the tire which is actually marked 100 will have more friction coefficient onto the ground, which enhances the braking performance also. So here I have 360, which means it lasts quite okay. Now we have something called traction. Now the traction is actually the measurement of how much the grip what these tires offer on a wet surface. Now in this particular case you can have an alphabet. The grades are, it's expressed in grades. This grading is in the way like AA, A, B and C. So in this particular case it is A, which is actually pretty good. It's in the numbers, if you see, it is giving you around 0.35 G force of traction here. So but you can actually just see the grades and actually understand how much traction it actually offers. Now there is a temperature grading, which means like how much temperature this tire can actually withstand. That is also an alphabet. It's containing 3 grades, A, B and C, with A being the best, and and it also measures how much heat this tires can actually handle, and also says how much speed this tires can actually be taken into. This A means that I can actually take this tire to more than 115 kilometers per hour or miles per hour, I'm sorry. So these are the 3 gradings which additionally which you can find, and with these measurements you can actually understand tires to a large extent. Now, having understood all these parameters which actually determines a tire, we have to now make a choice which tire to buy. Now, how to make a choice here? Should we go for a wider tire, narrower tire, high profile, low profile, large rim, low rim? These are all choices which actually can determine the comfort of your car. Now, how to make a choice? We'll see in another video. Thanks for watching.